Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Gina. I'm so glad you joined me today. Today I have what I call a large book haul. I think it is. I went to the Goodwill outlet like bins. Goodwill bins is what I call them. Went last Wednesday with a friend and got quite a few books, and then my daughter and her family were here over the weekend. They came in Friday evening. Her dad's birthday was Friday, and so they were here all weekend. And I was showing her the books that I got, and she said, "Oh, I wish I could go. Can we go in the morning?" I said, "Sure." So the guys, her dad and her husband didn't care. They took care of her daughters, and so we got up and we got there soon after they opened Saturday morning, and we were there for a few hours, and we had so much fun. We always have fun. My friends and I have fun when we go. And then my daughter, it was her first time. She was a little when we first got there, it took her a while. She doesn't like noise, and she doesn't like her hands got dirty, and we both have a problem with textures, and she's autistic, and so she's very high functioning, but still the textures and so it took a while, but she ended up loving it. So she says, "Yeah, I want to go again." And then before she left, she said, "Mom, I really want to go again next trip." So yeah, so we had fun. So I have a lot of books. I will quit talking and I will show you the things that I got. The bins were pretty nice to me this time. So I'll just start with this. I just got an Ideal. It's a new one. They had about probably 10 of them in one row of bins. Where I go, the books are a quarter each, and they bring out a row of 3 bins and at a time, and you have to wait, you know how it goes. You have to wait until those 3 bins are together, and then they say you can get in them. Well, in that row of 3 bins, there was probably at least 10, maybe more. I quit counting because I was like, well, okay. But they were all this one, and this is a fairly new as far as Ideals go. I didn't look at the year, but you could tell that it doesn't have the old 2011. So I kind of looked through it, and I decided I really didn't need more than one, although that is cool. I will definitely be using that. But I just decided there was other books that I wanted more to spend my money on, and I just didn't need more than one of this. But I could have had at least 12 of them. At least. Okay, and then I got this, and I think, what is her name? I don't have my YouTube open. Oh, I don't want to, if it comes right up, I will tell you. I watch her videos every evening. Oh boy, she has these, I think it's her. Oh, it didn't come right up. Usually it comes right up on my YouTube because I watch it so much. Her YouTube is, well, anyway, she has these, she takes the ones like this, like these, and she tea dyes them, and she uses them in her videos, and they look so pretty. And so I saw this one, and look, somebody was doing really pretty colors, but that's all that they colored that I saw. Of course, I looked very, very quickly. But I liked that a lot of the pages were flowers, and that I could do, oh, there's one, that I could tea dye and do what she had done. Well, I guess she colored more than I thought, but still, oh, that's pretty. But there's still a lot. For a quarter, there's a lot of pages in here that I could tea dye and just basically copy off of her. When I do it, I will have her name, and when I actually do that and use those, I will have her name and be able to give her credit. Kathy's Garden, that's it, Kathy's Garden. I think that she is the one that has done that. If that's not who it is, I will see, and maybe you guys know. I got 3 little golden books. This one I got because I have a few of these, but I want to make me one because that was my favorite book when I was a little girl. Probably a lot of you guys too if you're around my age. But my granddaughter that we got through marriage just a couple of years ago. I want to make her a journal. She's old enough now that I think that she would like a journal. And so I asked her dad and her grandma, her dad's mom, what kind of journal, you know, a little golden book, what would she like? And all they could come up with puppies. I said, maybe Pokey Little Puppy, and they both said, yes, that would be good. So I got this out of the bins, and it's in very good shape. And then I have another one that I will use to help me make some other, you know, some little elements and stuff. So I got that one. And I always pick up Frosty just because I love Frosty, and this was an older one, 1950. It doesn't have the barcode, and it's pretty thick. I mean, I just love the images in Frosty. There's that tear, but other than that, this is in very good shape. This has got some damage, of course, but. And then I guess I didn't even realize I picked up this Frosty. But I like the images. I mean, I think you can tell a big difference. I just love the images in this old Frosty. I think there's a big difference there in how they look. So I pick up these. Oops, I just knocked my little trash can over. Okay, and then guess what I found? Okay, my daughter found it, and she pulled it out and gave it to me, but look. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think it's ever been read or anything because it's not cracked. And I'm sure it's newer, but I don't care. It will become a journal. Yes, it will. Oh. Well, I don't know the date on it, but it's got to be a new one. I mean, it's not... It feels new. It looks new. It's just... It's got that new... You know... Like it's not very old. Not very old printing. And this one is very interesting. I may have to look this one up before I start. It's the Illustrated Treasury of Disney Songs. And we were in the bins first before anybody, I mean, this was when we were like standing there when they opened and we dug it right out. But I don't know if it's, boy, there was a guy there, he was digging around us so fast that we couldn't even, I couldn't even concentrate. He had a scanner and he was just, oh, he was just churning so fast I couldn't even, like the books, it looked like there was like an automatic churner in there just churning them to, oh, I don't know, I couldn't even like, and he did not give you any respect either. He just came right by you and just started churning. I mean, like if I was sitting there looking at books, the books around me were churning and they were almost coming right out of my hands. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, 1993. But this is cool. It's got some pictures. Then it's got the music. Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf? And I thought this music would be really cool to use in some of my pages. Cruella de Vil. And it's got the words with it, so it's not just... I mean, this is one time when I want the words with it. You know, like when you're making a certain page or a certain project and you want the words. This is cool, and I thought I could tea-dye it. So, I thought this was really cool, but I think I probably better look it up. Okay, and then I found this one. Charlie Brown Dictionary. I think this was 1973. Yes. Some little kid named Forrester had this book, but it's just a dictionary with pictures in it. A lazy boy is a boy who does not want to work. Like Snoopy. I love this book. I would have loved this when I was a kid. And this is in my time frame of being a kid. And this one, I grabbed this right as we were leaving. We were getting ready to go to the checkout. And I saw this sticking straight up in the bin. And I saw this bird and I saw that name. I thought, I don't recognize that name, but Birds at Home? And I grabbed this bird. It's a Ram McNally. That gets my attention. All day long, these baby birds gobble up grubs, beetles, and worms as fast as their parents can bring them. But we got the birds. It's semi-glossy, but not so glossy I can't stand it. This is copyright 1942, but it's in 1972. But you know, the style of the drawings is older. Some of them are black and white, but then we have pages like this where we can cut out the little birds. So it just goes through like that with the black and whites, which I don't mind the black and whites, you know, but then some of them are big, they're going to be hard to use, but you know, maybe not. Maybe that is going to be the end cover of a book, you know? I don't know. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. So every other page is like that. But I'm sure that I'm going to find that I'm very happy with this book, that I paid $1.25 for it. Look at that. I mean, beautiful. Jacob Bates Abbott drew that. Well, I guess all of it, a lot of these are Jacob Bates Abbott. Maybe all of these are paintings by Jacob. Yeah, Jacob Bates Abbott. Bates. I said that wrong. But it is just beautiful, I think. Okay, and then I pulled these out of the household bins. This one is full. Where do you see that? Anyway, it's full sheets of stickers. Yeah, full sheet labels. And I counted them. There's 8 in there. 8 of the 10 are in there. And one of them has just a little bit, so I guess I could stamp on it and cut it out. I couldn't put it through the printer. And then this one is just 10 of this size. And I don't think it's been open. No, it has been open. No. Yeah, it has. And this one are little bitty ones. I thought maybe I could do something with that. And these were by the weight, so, you know, they would have been probably $1.50. Maybe a little less. Well, less, because my total by weight was $2.50. And I don't understand that, because I got my daughter this beautiful elephant planter, and it was very old, and it was beautiful. It was about this big and about this tall. So how my total was $2.50, I don't know. I don't know, because I had this and I had that and I had one more thing, so I don't know. This book, I'm not sure why I got. I thought I would make a journal out of it, but I'm not sure what I was thinking, because I really liked this. I guess I'm going to have to do just a small journal out of it, because I thought the Dragon Waking would be a cute journal, but inside is nothing. I don't know. I guess I was in the hurry of trying to grab a book, and I loved that. I don't know what I was thinking. When we were going through the books, I was like, I don't know why I got that book. Now this is cool. I didn't get it for this, but it's got this paper. Every other paper is this. I don't know if I could. Well, let me just tear it out. Every other paper is like this. I thought that would be cool. My friend and I are going to split this up. It's just a cool texture. It might be cool to emboss even more too. And then every other paper. Now the first couple have some things on, the photo things on them. We can get those off or just work around those. But these will be good to stamp on, or we could, oh, they got them on the back too. somebody put some pictures in there. Of course, it was a photo album. But they're nice, thick papers. But here in the back, when you get back here, they're not on there. So, it's nice paper. And we thought we could use those for something too. And they've got a nice edge on them if we want to use the edge. So, anyway, that's what we thought we would do with that. And this paper is really cool. So, we'll pull that out. This is neat. Beauty and the Beast postcards. And I thought if we don't use the Beauty and the Beast, I like the postcard side to use. And also, my daughter mentioned I could send my granddaughters a postcard every so often with these, and I may just do that instead of using them in my junk journals. So that's up in the air. Found a Nancy Drew, The Sign of the Twisted Candles. I don't know if this is my oldest one I found. I found one that was, yeah, this is 1933. So I will probably use the book to make a journal here, and I may start that pretty quickly. Then, look at this. School books. Yay. It was a good day for that. Look at the snowman. I could have used that the other day when I had something cold. I was looking and looking. This one's Our New Friends. 1946 edition. So I got that one. This one is also Our New Friends. The same thing. I don't care. This one is Fun with Dick and Jane. So we found those. Oh, this one was interesting. A Little Women. That's not the one I thought I was pulling out. It's not the one that I really find interesting. That was kind of funny. I was like, ah, Little Women. But that's a really cool one that's falling apart, but that's okay. I can make a new spine, and I will probably not do much with the papers inside because they are so brittle. Maybe some of the pictures I will do something with, but otherwise that is so brittle. Okay. I liked this, just some music. So I got that. This one, I don't know if this is the really cool one or not. Walt Disney Stories from Other Lands. Yeah, this one I liked. The other one I pulled out, well, this might be the one that was okay. Yeah, this is the one that's okay. It's got some cool stuff, but not all the cool stuff. Maybe. I'm not sure. One's super cool and one's okay. It's got Mary Poppins. Oh, this I just pulled out for me. A nice Haley's Bible handbook. I tell you, if you need a Bible or anything like that, I would check, if you have a Goodwill bins around you, I would check there first before you go spend a whole lot of money on one, because you can find a lot of Bibles and stuff in there. My daughter found really nice devotional Bibles and stuff for her daughters, and they were in very good shape. And I found me a nice one several trips ago that was in good shape. It had all, somebody had taken all the time to put all the tabs on it, and it was in very good shape. No name or anything in it. I have seen some very nice Bibles in there. And then it breaks my heart, I've seen some very old family Bibles in there that that are going to the bin, but nobody wants those. They're old family Bibles that are just so old and ancient and crumbling, but it's just sad. But there are some very nice new leather Bibles, study Bibles. You just wonder, how did they get there? Did somebody give them to their family member, hoping that it would take or something, and the family member's like, oh, I don't want that, and they donate it? I don't know how they get there, but there's some really nice ones there. So if you ever are, you know, looking to buy a Bible, and you can get yourself to the bins a couple of times, I would go there a couple of times. Really, I would. Or like a study thing, a devotional of any kind. I don't have one here, but you know the little devotion things? I have found so many in there. So many. Like ones that I wish I could buy, and I go in there and I find them. And I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, now I have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. This was cute. I liked it. So it's a cute one. Okay, I found this. This is a lot like the book that my grandma had on her coffee table while I was growing up. She had it there for me to look at. It's just got a lot of things about Disney. It's very interesting. It's a coffee table book. Isn't that cool? I don't know, do people still have coffee table books? Is that still a thing? There was a lot of coffee table books there. There was Ireland and Italy, and there was a lot of them there this week. There was like 4 Italy books exactly the same. There was a lot of them. I was quite surprised. You never know what you're going to find. It's hard though, because that guy that scans, he is there every single time, and you have to look out for him because he's just like, I don't even know how he moves that fast. Now this one's going to be an interesting one that I'm just going to look at and then give to my daughter. Who's Who Disney, A to Z, and it's very interesting. Like, who is Amos Slade, and who is Chief, and who is Copper, and did you know? This is all about Fox and the Hound. Frozen. And my daughter, my little my 14-year-old granddaughter, she was going through and she said, it's got some really newer ones. It's not an old one. It's got a lot of the newer shows, so it's not an old book, she said. So she's like, I want this book, Grandma. I said, it's gonna go to you. I want to kind of look at it, kind of catch up with you kids when you're talking about these characters, and I'm going, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know if there's, it's 2020, so it's not, but it's interesting. I thought that was a neat find. I don't know if there's a, it was $12.99 beginning, you know, when they bought it. What is this? Oh, Beethoven. This was a good one for tea staining, and I think the paper, it feels very nice, like it's going to take tea staining really good. Okay, this is the other one of those, and yeah, this is the one that I really liked, and I have one of these and I don't cut it up, so now I cut it up. And this one is 100% falling apart, so cut it up. I'm digging in my box and I'm like, okay, what am I pulling out now? Oh, this was cool. This is going to be really neat for journals, and my friend and I are going to split this one too. We do that. We each buy books and then we split things. This is Food at Your Fingertips, and it's from 1977. Now look, it's really cool. This will be neat. I like the stuff in here. First I'm going to look at the recipes, see if there's any recipes, because it's not new, and so I like to do recipes as scratch as I can, and so I like old books to see the recipes. So first I'll see if there's any recipes I want to save out of here, and then I will, orange tea biscuits, and then I will start cutting it up, so you will be seeing this in the future. So that is really good, and it's a large print book. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, this might be good for my dyslexic granddaughter. And maybe I don't want to tear this up. I don't know, we'll see. She really likes to try to cook, and she has a hard time. Oh well. Well, there's a library card that fell out of something. Darn, a library card. I have a library card. I just stuck it with my library cards. Okay. My hands are getting dirty. We wear gloves while we're doing this. If you don't wear gloves, I forgot our gloves when I went over there, which my daughter said I can't wear gloves anyway. They squeak me out. They can't do it. But when you're in the bit, when you go, your hands get so dirty. But anyway, stories and recipes of the Great Depression of 1930s. This I was so glad to find. I love finding stuff like this. This is awesome. And so this will be so fun to... Oh, it's got potato pancakes. My mom used to make that after we had mashed potatoes because she would make a little extra, and then the next night we would have potato pancakes. Make your own laundry soap. Oh, this is a cool one, you guys. This is like how to live, you know, like not wasting things. And well, anyway, I got that one. Oh, I didn't look to see what year this one was. 1986. It's gonna tumble, that is, if I'm not careful. Alright, this is probably not for Bible journaling, but I couldn't pass it up. And my friend got another one. She got the holiday one. I had them both in my cart, and I was looking at them thinking, I don't have another place in my house for recipe books, and I have at current time 3 or 4 in my... I don't know if there's another one. And she said, well, I'll take the holiday one. I said, okay. I mean, come on, 13 or a quarter? I started to see that, and then I came up with a quarter for these, you know. Oh, they're pretty too. So anyway, but what I like about these is, well, that was about $30. The recipes are easy to follow. If you like them, they're easy to follow. They have step-by-step pictures. I got my daughter's one of these one year, and they're easy to follow. So, oh, chicken nachos, that looked good. So anyway, I'll look through it, see if I like anything. If I don't, I'll give it to her, and then no, she said she had it, so then I'll just donate it to my thrift store here that I find so much good stuff at. This one, what is this? Oh, see, this is what I was talking about. I found one there. New every morning devotional journal, and look how it's in perfect shape. Perfect shape. So yeah, I find my devotionals there, and I don't go spend, like this was $16, $16.99, so $17. So that's where I find my devotionals. And it's a really good price. Let's set this over here. Sorry. Okay, next. I found Along the Rocky Roads. This is a school book. 1863. Looks like something's cut into it in some places, but that's okay. That's a cool picture. They're taking off on the train, but it's a weird looking train. It's a train track, but so anyway, another school book. It was a good day for school books. And then I found this little house in the Deer in the Woods. So, oh, that's pretty. So this might help me, you know. I don't know. It might. I don't know if it will or not when I'm making them. I don't know. Okay. And I found another one, The Mystery of the Moss-Covered Mansion. And I believe this is 1933 also. No, this one's 1941. That's the year my mom was born. And then I found The Strange Message in the Parchment. I found this the first day I went, and I found the other two the next day I went. This one's 1977. I wouldn't have bought that the 1977 one on the same day as I found those old ones. I wouldn't have bought that one had I found the old ones. This is the one I found interesting. Now it's got writing on it and stuff, but I've never seen one of these. Barbie Solves a Mystery. I thought this might be interesting to make. It's got writing, but you know, I've never seen this. And I think this would be fun to make. Now look what I found. I did not find it again. The other one my daughter found. This one my friend found and handed to me. Little house. And it's hardback. This is in the big woods, but I don't care. It's hardback. Oh my goodness. It's got the pictures and everything. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. I got 2 cookbooks. I love these old cookbooks to take pictures out of. They're cool pictures. Like, look at this one. Aren't they cool pictures? And then a Jello one. I recently used a Jello one. That was fun. I can't remember. Oh, my green, when I had to use green in the Marguerite Miller. See, that's a perfect green. Okay, this one is interesting. This one is, I can't read it on the front. This would make a neat journal too for a guy. Adele's Carpenters and Builders Guide. Now my husband looked this up and this is like worth $25, so I have not figured out what to do because I really like this book. You open it up. He really liked it too. Look at this, it's so cool. I don't think we ever found a date in it though, did we? Oh yes we did. It's the latest is 1948. But when you open it up, there's just all of these pages that are so stinking cool. Aren't they cool? And they would look so neat in collages. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, I love, love, love that first page when you open it up and you see this. And I don't know if there's, I didn't look to see, like the mail order page. I didn't look to see if there was advertisement. Yeah, there's an advertisement there. Writing. Oh, look! Somebody had terrible writing. That's how to make like a bed that raises up. Maybe that's outdoor furniture. I mean, this is just... That looks like it's kind of a Who's Your Cabinet looking thing, doesn't it? I don't know. There's a built-in table. I love this book. So I don't know. I've never sold a book that I found. Okay, and then I just found now this. I wonder if my granddaughter was drawing in it last night. A sketchbook. All this paper for $1. She was bored and I had this set in here and I pulled that out. I was like, here, draw, honey. She was bored. So then I bought, this first time since I've done this, that I bought a brand new, a little golden book, but I bought a Dolly Parton little golden book. It's about her childhood growing up, and it talked about her coat. And so I bought this one. I thought that this might help me to make it, because this is so cute. It's about her coat of many colors. So I bought that one. I thought that was darling. I think this is her books that she sends free. Yes, I shouldn't put that out there. I should not. I should cover that, because this is one of her books, that her imagination library that she sends out. That's terrible that that got put out there, because that's got some little boy's name. And then this is cute, Santa Mouse. This is darling. I like it. It's so cute. like he's in a sardine can. Well, the old ones. But anyway, so that's it. And then I got one more thing in the weigh and pay, and I thought I had a little piece of paper. I do. Okay, so this is cute. It's Doodle Crate. They had a little box there that said Doodle Crate, and my daughter was like, "Oh!" She picked it up, and it just had a few little pieces of paper and this thing in it, and so she didn't want it. She said this is a cool kids like craft thing that they can get every month, but it's got this where you can switch it, and it's a punch, and you can measure on the side. Okay, so you can measure on the side how far you're going in, you know, 1 inch, 2 inch. So you know how far you're going in, and you punch. And so they punch that. Oh, geez, sorry. But you can get that size, or you can push it this way, and this is what I love about it, is this size, and you can see exactly where you're going to punch. And look at that itty bitty punch. It's tiny. I love it. You can also do this, and you can punch like this. Ouch, I got my hand. And you can do that and get both of them at the same time. But for me, what I like is the single, that little bitty punch there. I love it. I love it. So I looked at it and I thought, I think that's going to punch that little bitty thing. I don't know why that, I think it's going to punch that little bitty thing. I don't know what all this is about. I don't know, but they must have had something, you know, that they had to punch in their kit that month. So I was, and this was in my weigh and pay. So I don't know, my weigh and pay was $2.50, and I got, oh, and I also got in my weigh and pay, you know those cake pans that are, oh, they're made out of that rubber stuff. I got my daughter 3 of them. They were all sunflower ones, but they were all like 2 were sunflowers, different size, and then one was muffin sunflower pans, the, you know, the rubbery ones. And I got her those, and I got my other daughter the elephant. I got this, and then whatever else I showed you that I can't remember. There was something else I showed you. And my weight, and so it was a $2.50, and so I don't know, but yeah, well, I'll take it. So that was my trip to the bin. And then I have this bin down here. It's a recycle bin. When you go in, they've got all of these they're laundry baskets or bins you store, storage bins, but there's never lids to them. And this time there was a recycle bin, but a lot of them were cracked and broken. The laundry baskets usually are cracked and broken. And so what we do is we get a bin and we put it in our cart and we put all of our books in it as we're finding them. And then that way when we get out to our car, we just lift that bin up and we put it in our trunk or our hatchback, whichever vehicle we're in. And that makes it easy to transfer, as long as we don't have so many books in there we can't lift it. And so we found that's easiest for us. So today I have a recycle bin, and my daughter actually found a laundry basket that wasn't broke this time. So that's what they do, and those are 50 cents at ours. So that's our system that we've found works for us. But anyway, thank you for joining me today. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I'd love it if you would give me a thumbs up if you did, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.